Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings, Venice Beach. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Thursday, June 25th. You'll be interested to know, 76 years ago, today in 1950, negotiators began earnest armistice discussions aimed at pausing large-scale fighting and opening formal channels for talks between opposing commanders. That milestone set a precedent for structured conflict resolution and helped preserve lives while establishing a framework for future diplomatic settlement and ceasefire implementation. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. This morning, it's looking clean with waves at 3 to 4 plus feet. Conditions stay consistent through the morning, but shift to fair by 9 a.m. as the winds pick up slightly. Expect onshore winds at 7 miles per hour by noon, adding some texture to the surface. Best time to ride is at 6 a.m. with a 2-foot incoming mid-tide when the southwest swell is 2 feet at 16 seconds and the sideshore wind is 2 miles per hour. The first high tide on Thursday will be 3 feet at 8:30 a.m., followed by a 2.5-foot low tide at 12:30. The nearshore buoy at Santa Monica Pier reads 64 degrees for the water temperature. Friday offers fair conditions with waves around 3 plus feet and light southeast winds early, turning choppy later in the day. Saturday maintains similar size at 3 to 4 feet, but experiences choppy conditions due to increasing southwest winds in the afternoon. Sunday sees a steady 3 plus feet with choppy waves, yet remains the most consistent day of the period. This morning, there's patchy fog, and it feels like 67 degrees with no wind. The sunset will take place at 8:09, and it will rise again tomorrow at 5:44. It looks like we're in for some patchy fog early today, clearing by mid-morning, followed by partly sunny skies, with a high near 67 and a light south-southwest breeze around 8 miles per hour. If you're inland, it will hit a high of 70. Tonight, expect patchy fog after 11, with mostly cloudy skies, a low around 60, and a light south-southwest breeze around 6 miles per hour. Looking ahead in the weather, Friday starts with patchy fog before 11 a.m., then turns partly sunny with a high near 67 and a light south wind up to 10 miles per hour. Saturday also begins with patchy fog before 11 a.m. and tops out near 67. Then Sunday and Monday stay mostly to partly sunny with highs near 66 and nights around 60. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, the East L.A. oil spill was revealed to be much worse than initially thought, with approximately 25,000 gallons of crude oil spilled during the May 22nd drilling incident. This amount is nearly 10 times the 2,400 gallons originally reported by county agencies. 3 companies received notices of violation from the South Coast Air Quality Management District for their roles in the incident, which has been described as one of the largest oil spills into the Los Angeles River in recent history. Cleanup efforts are ongoing, and residents are encouraged to file claims if they were impacted by the spill. Now on to sports. Keaton Wagler has been drafted by the Los Angeles Clippers. In other news from the Big Ten, Alini Isaac and Robbie Nardini from the Champagne Room are joined by Alex Key from Armchair Alini to discuss the implications of this draft pick. They also touch on Dusty May's departure from the Big Ten, along with other significant updates from the conference. For those seeking insurance solutions, consider State Farm agent Brian Hansen for a quote on home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. In local sports, the Dodgers are rolling. Shohei Ohtani was brilliant in yesterday's sweep clincher over Minnesota, striking out 8 while allowing just 2 earned runs to pick up his 8th win. Mookie Betts went deep and added 3 hits. Freddie Freeman chipped in 2, and the Blue dominated the Twins across the series, outscoring them 18-7 to improve to 52-29 on the season. They're headed to San Diego tonight to face the Padres at Petco Park, with Ohtani's teammate Roki Sasaki taking the mound against Walker Buehler in what shapes up as an exciting pitching duel. Off the field, there's been some talk about miscommunication between Ohtani and backup catcher Dalton rushing early in the Minnesota game. A crossed signal led to a passed ball in the second, but both players emphasized the need to get on the same page as they move forward. Meanwhile, Mookie Betts reached a personal milestone, belting his 300th career home run in that sweep-clinching victory. In top news, Frank Carone, a former chief of staff to ex-New York Mayor Eric Adams, was arrested Wednesday in a federal bribery case related to a migrant shelter contract. The indictment alleges that Carone accepted more than $120,000 in payoffs to steer the contract to an unsuitable hotel. Assistant United States Attorney Sarah Winnick stated, "Frank Carone was entrusted to run our city government and instead put his own wealth and status above duty." Carone, along with 3 others, pleaded not guilty to various charges. Separately, federal authorities searched the homes of current and former New York Police Department leaders in connection with a different bribery investigation. In business news, Tesla and Waymo are engaged in a fierce competition in the robotaxi race, but the company spending the most money builds no cars at all. Uber is quietly writing checks totaling $500 million to secure robotaxis, as Waymo threatens to leave it behind. If you own Tesla stock, much of what you are paying for above the value of a car maker is a bet on autonomy and artificial intelligence that is barely reflected on the income statement. This spring, the robotaxi network consisted of about 20 driverless Tesla Model E vehicles in Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, and Houston, Texas. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 3% to about $61,000. Ethereum is down 2.5% to just over $1,600. And XRP is down 3% to $1.07. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk science. The painting has been authenticated, but not revealed. Reports suggest it is one of Picasso's portraits of Marie-Therese Walter. French police recently raided a house outside of Paris during a drug trafficking investigation. They found bundles of cash, cannabis, designer clothes, and a stolen Picasso painting. The artwork is worth tens of millions of euros, according to France's police force. The raid occurred last week in Champigny-sur-Marne. The house reportedly belongs to the aunt of a suspected drug dealer. 4 people were arrested, with one confessing to stealing from a storage facility in Paris. And in entertainment news, 25 years after Band of Brothers, this two-part World War II series is officially crushing streaming. Numerous films and television shows depict World War II events, highlighting the brutality, sacrifice, and chaos of the battlefield. Yet some stories defy belief, showcasing missions that change history. That is what made Band of Brothers a benchmark, and Rogue Heroes a delightfully entertaining watch. The show follows David Sterling and his regiment as they conduct sabotage missions. While some events are exaggerated, historian Joshua Levine confirms that many are true. Ultimately, Rogue Heroes offers a complex portrayal of war and heroism, available to stream on MGM Plus in the United States. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American diplomat and peace advocate, Ralph Bunche. And he said, "There are no warlike people, just warlike leaders." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings Venice Beach.